Welcome back. Why am I on the title screen, you may ask? Well, I need to go over something quickly. So, when I was messing around on my own time in this game, I looked at this menu and I saw something in there. I kind of knew that this would have the chance of spoiling future recruitments for me, and I sort of did it anyway. I kind of only have myself to blame, but it did only spoil something that I guessed would happen anyway. It's actually a little annoying though, because most Fire Emblem games support menus only list silhouettes of characters you haven't recruited yet. Granted, it's still pretty obvious who they are in some circumstances, but anyway. So, really, the main thing here, and skip over this part if you're playing along and you don't want spoilers. So, here's the main thing that I found particularly curious. This. Not so much for the fact that there is an S option. I had a feeling Sothis would both be recruitable and be an S support option. But the fact that she doesn't have C, B, or A, that is really, really weird. Also, yep, it turns out that Sothis is actually an S support option for female Byleth as well as Rhea. So yeah, I kind of guessed that it might have been Sothis because the Thannibomb leak said that the non-student same-sex female options were spoilers, so that immediately led me to believe it would be Sothis. But Rhea, honestly, I was kind of expecting Catherine or Shamir rather than her. So anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Oh, I have one more thing to say. Yes, I actually have started a Black Eagles playthrough on my own time. I'm not going to play any further than my Blue Lions file though. You may be wondering why I chose to start Black Eagles and not Golden Deer. That's actually because I have my eyes set on recruiting Hilda, as you probably know, and if I played Golden Deer, I would spoil Hilda's personality before I got to recruit her on the Blue Lions route. I want to get all of my reactions to Hilda's personality blind on camera. So if I was playing the Golden Deer route, I'd obviously know a lot more about her than I would here, and yeah, you wouldn't get to see my first time reactions to all of that. Okay, so, today is Rebellion Suppressing Day. Firstly though, I had been told something that I don't really think is a spoiler, and it's that you can sell fish for quite a large amount of money. Oh, I should probably put that in Intermediate Seal in the convoy. Oh, okay, permanently increases resistance by 1. I should remember that I have that. Okay, guess you can't sell fish from that menu. Oh, you can sell it from this menu, I thought so. It definitely doesn't sell for very much, though. Oh, okay, you can't actually change guest characters' inventories at all. You know what? That makes sense. It's to stop you from getting a temporary character and then stealing their inventory for, like, say, here a free Iron Axe and Vulnerary. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I think that should be all. I'll manage battalions once I do this thing, the Magdred Ambush. You else must help the Knights of Serra suppress Lord Leonardo's rebellion at Castle Gaspard, though you are told not to expect combat. The deep fog at... Oh boy, fog of war time. This is gonna be interesting. Oh dang it, I was gonna buy a mace before I left. Because I had the feeling we we're going to be fighting Armor Knights here. Lord Leonardo, from what little we saw of him in trailers.
I have to say, it's a real honor to accompany such a brave and distinguished knight. None other than Catherine, wielder of Thunderbrand.
Wait, wielder of that dwarf NPC from Critical Role? Anyway, yeah, I feel... Because what we saw of Lord Leonardo, he kind of looks like an Armor Knight.
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics.
And it's a Shichishito, apparently.
A long, long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes, which were passed down to their descendants.
So, kind of like a fusion of both FE4 and FE7's divine weapons 1 and 6.
It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today. Our mission is to help clean up the aftermath, not to fight.
Well, this is called a battle mission, so obviously that's not true.
Why would Lenato incite such a reckless rebellion?
You should know more about that than any of us, Ash.
So, I wonder if it's possible for Ash to die before this point, and if that's true, does this scene change significantly?
Well, I don't. Lenato never mentioned anything of the like to me.
He probably didn't want you getting caught up in his own personal vendetta.
How much do you know about the tragedy of Dusker, Professor?
A tiny bit from what we can see from the timelines and the books, but not a ton.
It's when the king of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus was murdered by the people of Dusker. It happened about 4 years ago.
This makes me really interested to see why Dedu is even serving Dimitri, and what his people think of that.
It's okay, Catherine. Please, go on.
Also, we know Ingrid lost her fiancé.
Right. Well, Lord Lenato's son, Kristoff, was accused of being involved in that whole awful affair. He was executed by the church.
That is listed on Ash's profile, too. Oh, the church executes criminals? Maybe they're not good after all. I'm kind of more interested about this.
King Lambert was attempting a major political reform. Needless to say, he had many enemies. Whatever the truth behind that incident may be, Lord Lenato has harbored resentment toward the church ever since.
Well, that makes sense. They did execute your son, after all.
Well, to be more specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Kristoff over to them.
Let me guess, that was you.
Report! The enemy is approaching. They can't be avoided. Their numbers are far greater than we predicted. They use the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
See? What did we tell you? Fire Emblem games and Fog of War? Yeah, you've got to make sure that you don't attack when there's fog.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor. Everyone, prepare for battle!
Well, that's a pretty epic popping vein there. Now, it did say Marketplace on the preparations menu sometimes, so yeah, I would kind of like to get a mace here, because I get the feeling we might be fighting Armor Knights. I could be wrong about that, though.
Welcome!
Oh, hi, Anna. First time seeing you in this game. I wonder if the Armory if the Battle Preparations Marketplace is very limited, though. No, we can still buy maces.
Come back soon!
Is she still Karen Strassman? I feel like she's still Karen Strassman. Okay, oh, we have some NPCs here, some church soldiers, and, okay then, you actually have the Thunderbrands. Only 7 weight, too. I know how weight works by now. 13 might, it's not 1 to 2 range, though. You'd think a Thunder Sword would be 1 to 2 range. Crestbearer can use, what the heck is that? Can strike twice if initiating combat. Okay, so it's a brave weapon, too. And you have a crest of Charon. Frequently raises might when using combat arts. Okay, so that's better than a lot of the crests we have. And that thing is blinking. Does that mean it's capped for your class? Or, like, you know, are there caps at all on weapon levels? Okay, that's a personal skill of yours, I'm guessing. So you're also better with no battalion, just like Felix. It also seems to have the same icon as Dedu's personal skill. Sword Fair and Sword Crit plus 10. Guessing that's a Sword Master skill. Oh, there it is. Fodroyance, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Good against dragons and, armor, it looks like. Well, it says that in the description. Hit plus 30, crit plus 30. Yeah, Catherine looks like kind of a beast right now. Oh boy. Yep, not only do we have fog, we've also got, marshes, it seems. Okay, that's not like a monster or anything, is it? It looks like a stone monster. And a little bit of ruins. I'm guessing the boss is over there. Wow, is this the earliest in any Fire Emblem game you've had to deal with a Fog of War chapter? Because normally they really don't give you fog chapters this early. Okay, Hilda's still here. We can deploy our entire team. Let's assign battalions. That's in the inventory menu. No, you do not need the Seros Sacred Monks. Let's change that to... Stride's kind of useful, but... Kingdom Lance Company? Yeah, let's do that. Dedu, though, he is going to go ahead and take... Stride. We can only use that twice per chapter, though, so we'll need to be aware of that. Ingrid is obviously going to take a battalion, but which battalion will she take? Oh, okay, she doesn't have enough... Wait a minute, is Dimitri at high enough of a rank to use the C battalion? No, nobody... It seems like no one can use that. Kingdom Brawlers could help with her bad strength. Will lower her magic defense, though, but she's already got good resistance. I think I'll give you Kingdom Brawlers. Ash, you shall take. How about you take the Seros Mercenaries? So does Gambit magic run off of your magic stat, or does the battalion have its own magic stat? I'm guessing it runs off your magic stat, and it looks like that only has one use. I suppose I can give you the offensive magic then. Actually, no, let's change things up a little bit. You take the healing battalion, and you take the offensive magic battalion. Oh, you actually don't have enough authority to equip that. So you take the offensive magic battalion, and you take Seros Sacred Monks, and Hilda cannot have a battalion. Sylvain can, so I guess he'll take the only one that's not currently in use, Church of Seros Soldiers. And now, here's the problem. I don't even know if there are any Armor Knights here because it's fog. And that means we're going to need to pass a few torches around. Who wants the torches? Who's most likely to be forging ahead here? I suppose... Nope, I can't even give you a torch. I guess that's to make sure that items don't get lost when you return to your house after this. Okay then, who wants to be the torchbearer? Wait, why can't I use that? Huh. That's interesting. Oh, I guess you can only use it actually during the battle. That's why it's grayed out. And I think you'll take the other torch just because there are often times when she has nothing better to do. She'll take that torch. Also, there is that white Verona type thing. Oh, unless Gambit magic runs off your charisma stat, because I've heard that boost, like it says here, raises Gambit's might hit... Oh, it just raises their might, okay. Why does it say you can't use Iron Gauntlets? Can monks not use those? That's kind of weird. E. But you're at a D in Brawling. I thought the only restriction was you can't use Gauntlets when you're mounted. Okay, how about you take one mace just in case I need one? And I'm gonna get paid next month anyway. Oh, you're still at full movement even though you're in a second tier class. Oh, and from the looks of things, Physic does not have a lot of range on it. 1 to magic over 2. Okay, so it's pretty much how it is in most FE games. It's just that magic over 2 is not that much in the case of Mercedes. At least this early in the game. Let's go! Okay, to defeat boss.
With this fog, it's impossible to tell where the enemy might be, or how many of them there are. The enemy could be trying to surround us, but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
Shouting from within the fog. It seems the knights are already battling.
I guess that's just our
Proceed
knights.
with caution. Wait for them to enter your field of view.
Yep, it's Fog of War tutorial. Only be able to see enemies that are close by. Proceed with caution. Units movement will be cut short of... okay, just like Advance Wars and any Fire Emblem game. You can earn a reward if your allies do not suffer heavy losses. Be careful not to let your foes flee. Does that mean... Wait, seriously, we're using this map theme for a Fog of War ambush? That seems a little unfitting. But anyway, does that mean that I get a reward if you guys don't die? I mean, I'm not too concerned about Catherine, but... Well, I guess we can get a little bit of a preview of these guys. You are actually a second tier class, a Myrmidon. And...
What should I do?
Let's see. Okay, so I can aim the Gambit here and get all of you in the radius. But should I save it when I can actually see the enemies to do like a giant rush attack on them? It feels like right now, having a lot of mobility, you know, might not be great when you can't see the enemies to begin with. Although... Okay, so he has to be like right next to someone to actually use the gambit. I kind of want to start off with a rush. That's actually pretty funny.
Well done.
You can do it! Go, go, go! That's amazing. Yeah, holy crap, that is a big movement increase. Does make us more likely to run into ambushes though, so I want to make sure that we've got the right weapons equipped. Okay, no ambushes there. Let's light up the torch. Okay, militia. Those cheap units in Age of Empires that you churn out in large numbers at the very beginning of a match. Or, you know, if you're the Huns, you churn them out and just kill everything in like the first few minutes of the game. Okay, I could do that. Yeah, I guess monks can't use gauntlets or something. Yeah, I could also use thunder, but I've got limited uses of that.
Lord Lonato doesn't deserve such sadness and anger. Now it's your turn to suffer.
Why, Lonato? Why did you drag so many others into this?
I like the characters have, like, comments mid-battle. It's actually really cool. Like, there aren't a lot of other Fire Emblems that do that besides special boss quotes. Okay, you're gonna sneak in the woods there.
Ready.
Guess you'll go where your support partner's going. Okay, that's gonna aggro you.
Stay focused.
I suppose Bylov can head all the way over there if he wants to, but no one else is going to be in range of that.
Me?
Oh, except for Hilda. Well, you know, I did promise Hilda that we wouldn't, that we'd be keeping her out of the battle, but, well... You should have thought about that before you decided to be a character in a Fire Emblem game. Oh, and you just straight up die. Okay, then. He could miss, though. Nope, he crested. Right. Let me just check something. Okay, you do have 5 movement. So a lot of the enemies do have... Okay, you have 4, though. Because something that I noticed when I was playing, like, I've actually, yeah, been doing a Black Eagles run on my own time on hard, and I've noticed that it seems like the enemies have extra movement on hard mode. I kind of want to physic Felix, and I believe in order to do that I have to get all the way up to the edge of my range. I do only have 3 uses of this.
So...
Oh, in fact, I still have 3, because the minor crest conserve uses.
I feel more powerful.
All those monks are like, go, Mercedes, you can do it! Cast that healing spell!
You think we're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
It's like a reverse of a normal Fire Emblem game. In 3 houses, we kill lords instead of the enemies trying to kill our lords. Okay, looks like they have a lot of ambushing. I love that mercenary is just doing like a thumbs down. He's like, boo! Sneaky archers! Come out and fight us like the... Come out and fight us. I don't know. I just find that kind of silly. Okay, we have a Gaspard soldier there, who's apparently going to try and attack Catherine, which makes him a moron. Should probably be focusing a little bit of experience on people who, also I don't really need Ash on the back line, seeing as he has close counter now, although his defense is a little fragile. Oh, that's just curve shot. I thought she had some kind of magic that had extra range. And do you have, you look like, yes, you do have bow range +1. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd double. And you are just going to obliterate him. Except, not with the javelin. Or I could actually use a... Oh, that's group lance attack. What happens if I try and use a combat art? That lowers you down pretty much. I just kind of want Mercedes to get a little bit of experience because she's my main healer and she hasn't even broken out of her first tier class yet. Although if she masters Commoner, or, you know, what I referred to before as mastering the art of being poor, she will gain plus 5 HP, which might be nice for a healer to have. So, I guess I'll have to see, but for now I think I'll try and snipe this guy with her. Channel your inner Yukari! Okay, battalion level. Just a slight increase in hit rate. And she, like, super long-distance supported Dimitri there. I wonder if Dedu should just head right down the center. Because we mustn't be careless. Oh, hi there! Speaking of which... Well, I can just straight up pick off another archer. Looks like the Gaspard army likes archers. It makes sense to have some archers hidden in the woods to ambush knights coming down the road. Why do I get the feeling that guy is gonna... Well, Byleth will kill him on the enemy phase, probably. This is kind of a... Actually, wait, yeah, Hilda's really only here to gain support points. She's not here to gain experience, so... I guess it's a good thing if Hilda doesn't get... if no one attacks Hilda. Okay, so rally, yeah, it does activate all of your rally skills at the same time. Good to know. So we have you up there, and you don't have a battalion, so you're pretty much fine as far as threat level goes. Should I have No, actually, Ingrid can't even lure him. Well, she probably can, but yeah. Why can't he use gauntlets? That's really annoying. So Ash is stuck, just like the enemy's archers, sneaking around in the woods.
Predictable.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm 66 hit rate, that's probably... Oh, double miss is not good. Which, this means that this guy's experience is as good as wasted because Catherine's going to destroy him. More of these archers. But that is an awful hit rate, wow. Sticking to the forest is definitely a good thing. It is, like, I am kind of getting an Age of Empires vibe in this map, just hiding archers in the woods to ambush knights that are incoming. Although, pretty sure in Age of Empires, knights are considered heavily effective against archers. Speaking of oh, okay. You only need to hit one of these. Come on, Catherine, you can do it. Well, she more than hit. Yeah, just go ahead and show off like that. You're like, yeah, I stole your experience. It was only for one enemy, though. Okay, there are a few more of these forests. Can I get a... I kept pressing. Oh, you know, it makes sense that you can't use the zoom view on Fog of War maps. Oh, so you can't play the whole game like a Valkyria Chronicle style thing. So, you know, what I wanted to actually check was... normally there's some kind of pause button that lets me see the full... Nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to rewind time. Guide? Nope, that's tutorial. Conditions, there it is. Yeah, to see the full map. I just want to get an idea of how big it is. Okay, we're only barely into the map. I suppose I should have Ash move a little bit further forward. I had a feeling one of those shots would miss. It's not the end of the world, though. How about try out your newly learned sword skills? Nothing to say about that. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what Felix and Ingrid's supports would be like. Yep, Felix is definitely a beast. But now we have to be a bit more careful. I think Dedu should lead the duties. Oh no, he doesn't have another torch. The other torchbearer was Mercedes. Of course it was. I don't want Dimitri to run, although he still has 9 defense, which is pretty solid. Yeah, only 1 base lower than Dedu, so... I mean, Dedu has more health, though. A lot more health, so I guess he is definitely a better tank, but... And that little icon next to Dimitri, I think that shows that he still has his torch active. I don't know if the torch, like, vision range goes down by 1 per turn or not. Okay, militia. And another militia. Okay, that guy is doing quite a bit of damage to Dimitri. Okay, let's be cautious here, because we could easily get ganged up on if we're not careful. Yeah, out of all of my Blue Lions characters, so far Sylvain has just been kind of mediocre for me.
I owe you one.
People have said that he's a good tank, but I guess, like, Dimitri's being a better lance user than him. Felix is being just a better offense than him. Dedu's being a better tank than him. Sylvain doesn't really have a lot to set himself apart at this point. Okay, that's more like it. No level up quote, too. Maybe, like, this is considered like a dramatic, sort of tragic battle, so characters don't get quotes for that. Okay.
Lord Renato, please don't die. I am sorry. But did you really think you would get away with this?
I'm already starting to get Mid-Mire vibes. I mean, at least we're sparing the random enemy battalions. My Byleth on my Black Eagles file is being really speed screwed, by the way. This Byleth is crazily fast compared to him. And yes, I did go with a male Byleth on that route, though I don't think I'll have him marry, Edelgard. I'm kind of thinking, like, anyway, I don't want to spoil who I'm thinking of romancing with Byleth on this route, although you can probably guess. Hint, she may be here right now. But, like, I have backup options in case it turns out that I don't like Hilda's supports. And I feel like I may end up going with the backup option on the other route if I don't go with them on this route. So, several dead enemies. Let's see what we can do here. I'm kind of tempted to just have Dimitri take a step back and to have Mercedes heal him.
Thanks.
She's still 2 more levels off getting her next class up. Right, okay, Felix is still very flimsy defensively. I don't want him to be leading the charge. I mean, Ingrid's also pretty flimsy. And Ash is not out of the woods yet, literally. Oh, hi, enemy. Oh, right, that archer. Okay, then. I don't think I can get to you. So somebody's getting shot, and her name is probably... No, apparently you're shooting Felix. Is he going to counter with magic or not? Attack speed 2. Yeah, Mercedes is fine. She's fine. Because there are so many archers around, I might actually have you equip your hand axe. And then when you get closer to the enemies, you can start the punching. No, that'll take you too close to that rock. Yeah, you gotta be really careful you position people at this early point in the game where everyone only has 4 movements. Maneuvering around is surprisingly tricky. Violet is getting a little ahead of the curb here. I guess I can try out some axes with Sylvain. That is one thing that sort of sets him apart. Gaspard Commander. Ah, it's one of those Plague Doctor looking enemies we saw in the trailers. Oh, by the way, I've been told that that miasma triangle is actually miasma delta, the Greek letter delta. I don't want Annette getting shot by archers. Like, what happens if she goes here? I don't want to use Cutting Gale because that lowers her attack speed. Group Flams? No, I think I'll save Group Flams for later. That's a bad hit rate, and she takes a ton of damage. But Bylo's probably going to kill your face, Brute. Oh, no, he's not, surprisingly. You have solid defense, don't you? 7. 7's not terrible for a mage. What's that skill? Oh, Miasma Delta? Yeah. Hearts. Oh, that is from Awakening, right, yeah, so people next to you have... That's why my hit rates against you suck so much. Okay, so I wish Ash was down here, because Ash would be the perfect person to fight you with. Byleth doesn't exactly have any 1-2 range swords. I could use Wrath Strike for a bit better accuracy. Or I could use... no, Assault Troop's not a good idea. If I use this... I still double with the steel. Huh. You know what? Maybe that's not a bad idea. Because if I... Yeah.
I won't let you anywhere near Lord Lonato.
Oh, another random enemy with a quote. Yeah, I had a feeling at least one of them would miss. And that was the worst case scenario I was hoping to avoid. Also, you have a battalion. Just realized that. Gaspard, archers, and you have disturbance. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's incredibly bad. Because if I put Annette here... She's not getting attacked, though, by the archer. Yeah, I wonder if magic does ignore terrain in this game. Ow. Oh. Eat wind. Okay, here's the problem. Hilda, you know that thing about, you not liking being on the battlefield? Well, I kind of need you to hit here, otherwise we might be in trouble. Smash his face! Oh, yeah, I found out the hard way earlier on that crest attacks can miss. So, oh god, no. This could be bad. This could be terrible. This could be incredibly awful. I may have to use Divine Pulse for the first time. Of course my first death would be my waifu.
That's it for me. I'll just...
Okay, so... That was only because she missed a 70-ish, though. Okay, so, for the first time in the playthrough... Wibbly wobbly timey wimey, that didn't happen! Okay.
Who, me?
I don't like repeating things with Divine Pulse over and over until I get a hit. That's weird though, because it says, like, you're in range to attack Annette, but why aren't you going for her? Oh, because you and Felix have the same defense, but then... It's just, you'd think they'd go for Annette, though. I don't trust the aggro lines here. I really, really don't trust the aggro lines. Cunning Gale has a tiny bit of crit. Oh yeah, you are in range of Byleth. Byleth could potentially die if I get very unlucky here. Depending on how this goes, I may actually have to use Divine Pulse again. Okay, Annette did get hit by that. Oh yeah, your accuracy against her is insane. Yeah, repeating the same actions is probably not a good idea. And if I have Hilda wait, she'll still... No, she probably won't, because it was only like 2 miasmas plus that killed her. I mean, she didn't die, but still. And there could be something else waiting in the wings. I kind of want to draw some attention away from Byleth. Okay, that's exactly what we did last time. Hilda gets hit. And you are attacking Felix, not Annette. Okay. So the aggro lines did not lie to me that time. Okay, NPCs, I'm not worried about Catherine, I'm worried about the 2 little randoms she has with her. Okay, so this time, things will not result in death, hopefully.
I'll give it my all.
That's not even combat art range. Well, I suppose it makes sense for Ash to not want to fight a lot in this battle.
Ready.
Her defense is a little flimsy. I don't like being out on the open road away from... Because, yeah, I feel like I should probably start going this way and stick to the forests. This isn't a route map, after all. But I also kind of want to get a kill from Mercedes, just because I kind of want to promote her. Make my healer more durable.
Here we go.
And that, I believe, is exactly enough. I mean, her accuracy is really good, at least. Right. Okay. You might not know, but in an alternate universe, you killed Hilda, and that will not stand. Thou shalt be destroyed. Wait a minute. What do I have the best hit rate with? Oh, you only have combat arts with the axe. I guess I could try. Mace in your face! There we go. Really? One. Oh. Ah, this was in the trailer.
It's you. Thunderstrike Cassandra. It was your wretched zealotry that killed my son!
The only name I answer to is Catherine. Prepare to taste the blade of one who serves the goddess. Now you face a knight of Theros!
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, he's a cavalier, not an
left to
Armonite.
hide you or the filthy Central Church from the judgment of the goddess.
Central Church, implying there's more than one branch of it. Yeah, we did see Western Church soldiers in other footage, so maybe one church is evil, but not the one we're expecting. So, okay. Oh, there is an Armonite here. And it looks like none of them move. Sort of makes sense. Yeah, they all seem to be, like, inactive, right? Oh, I think because they're reinforcements, maybe. They can't move on the turn they arrive. That's my guess, at least. So, yeah, here's Leonardo, and he has a personal... Oh, no, that's just, like, I'm guessing that's just a generic boss skill. Kanto. Not that he'll use it, because he probably doesn't move. And he has a battalion, obviously. Gaspard Knights. I think he might be able to use that against us. Okay, yeah, his stats are pretty solid, and he's got great defense, oh, and solid resistance too, and a javelin. Yeah, I have heard people say the boss of Chapter 3 can be pretty tough, but Dimitri does have Night Kneeler. Does anyone else have that? I don't think anyone else has that. I don't think Ingrid does, at least. No, she does not. Okay. So, Dimitri's my best hope against him. But meanwhile, we have... Okay, you're just a lance user, you're not an archer. This makes things a lot easier. In fact, now would be a decent time for a group heal. Except I already used Mercedes. I guess I'll group heal next turn.
What should I do?
Finally, Dedu, you get to charge to the front, but you will not equip the gauntlets because they don't strike twice on counterattacks. Let's just use the training axe for now.
I'll go.
Maybe we should have some people sneak in from above.
I'll cut through.
Dimitri, though, he'll charge down the center, just probably like he would want. I feel like, yeah, if you're too slow, Catherine will probably take out the boss.
Stay focused.
I suppose I can vulnerary. And there's no reason not to use her vulnerary.
Weak.
As expected, Dedu didn't double. But as expected, he's tanking these things. Like a complete champ. And I guess we can use the zoomed in view now. Don't steal my experience, don't steal my experience, don't steal my experience. Good. Okay. Yeah, you're not grayed out anymore. You guys are moving. Is there a description for... Oh, there is a description for Rebel Army. Those who flood banner or revolt against a certain region, church, or powerful lords. Okay, so they're just like a generic rebel faction. And yes, it's now Armored Knight, not Armor Knight. You are, yes, you are a Myrmidon. And just a soldier. Okay, this map is clearly nowhere near over yet. But who wants to get some experience here? I suppose Sylvain could try. He hasn't had a lot of experience lately. And that's a level up for your battalion, too. Yeah, Sylvain just hasn't been very good for me in my playthrough. Because I feel like, yeah, you're not going to be able to train everyone from your house, and I feel like he might be one of the first people to end up getting dropped. She's close to a level up. She may... Oh, but Annette, if she levels up, Annette gets a class change. No, let's not use group flams just yet. We've got over here. You an arch? Nope, you're just a regular soldier. Well, regular axe soldier, at least. Rally might be good to help me break through the boss, too. And finally, you can class change. So I normally call it promotion, which is like the fan nickname. Its official name has always been class change, but in this game, class change makes a little bit more sense because you can kind of freely change between them at any time. Okay, I guess I'll vulnerate you. Your mission is to act as a flanking force, while Dimitri and you will clean up for what Dedu weakens, while your mission is just to get support points with Byleth. Can't quite lure that guy in, though. Yeah, I feel like this map theme's a bit unfitting for this kind of chapter. Only 5 users left on that steel sword, unfortunately. Do any of you have some kind of anti... Okay, you got battalions. Gaspard Knights, Assault Troop. Okay, so you'll do AoE damage. You have Disturbance, and you have Disturbance. I feel like Dedu could probably take all of them, though. And I have my magic users and my mace user ready to back him up. Although I get the feeling that Felix will probably... So, like, if Felix went in here, one of them will be drawn to Felix. Okay. And that's out of range of everything, so I don't really want to go there. And if Felix went here... Still, only one of them will be drawn to him. I don't 100% trust that, though. I think I'll try and lure you away. And yeah, I guess you have to equip Thunder in order to be able to counterattack with it. I mean, that's probably common sense, but yeah. I was sort of wondering if... Oh boy, I'm a little worried about Catherine, but... Let's see. If Dimitri went down here... Or here... Nah, things still attack Dedu. Dimitri, yeah, everything would attack. Nope, let's not do that. That would ruin my plan. That would also most likely ruin my plan. Okay, Annette definitely needs healing, but that can be arranged.
Yeah, wow, thanks.
Oh, hey, you mastered the Commoner class. Good.
That should do it.
That HP plus 5 might be useful for you. Make you a little bit bulkier as a healer. You're still a little bit off promoting, though. Okay, who... Oh, Hilda hasn't moved. She goes here. That guy is still going to attack Byleth for some reason. Huh.
Try to keep up.
Okay, Disturbance. Oh no, Dedu can't move. Whatever will I do? It's not like he wasn't just gonna stand here and be a big fat wall anyway. The problem with that, though, is it means that, okay, good. Something that... Okay, you're assault trooping. Oh, you're making use of the fact that gambits can't be countered. Interesting. Oh, and we also took damage from that. Nope. Does that still prevent him from moving though? Or does it just entirely fail? No, it entirely fails. Nice. Oh, that was predictable. Okay, I still think I can take down that main group of 3. Although Catherine might end up doing it, No, Catherine already moved. Okay. So, right, that guy. How much damage exactly does my mace do to you? This will help me calculate what effectiveness bonus this game uses too. So, the mace has 6 might. I attack with the mace, I'm doing 12 times 2. So, if I'm doing 12 times 2, it means that I've got 19 attack versus his 16 defense. So normally I'm doing 3, I would do 3 damage if it wasn't effective. No, it's probably not triple, because if it was triple, okay, so if it's double, I'll probably figure this out later. And I'd say it's fair to be able to tell me in the comments, actually, I just realized something. Now might be a good idea for a good time for group flams. Except I can only hit one of you with that. It's a cross shape, and I can't get a cross shape unless I can somehow target Dedu with it. But I could just straight up destroy him with Cutting Gale and render me bringing the mace totally moot, but oh well, I may as well do it. I like that whole platoon of Armor Knights in the background there. Okay, that's done. And I think I can feel safe in Felix moving further into the woods, because I think Ingrid and Ash have that guy covered. Okay, good. Also, it's a generic female enemy. You don't see generic female enemies outside of Pegasus Knights that often in the series. I know I probably say that all the time, though, but it's true. Yeah, I think you will finish this guy. Or will you? Oh, the Iron Sword gives you a pretty high chance of doing it. Or I could try and use Disturbance. I think this should be fine. There we go. And that's a level up for Ingrid. Narrating the obvious, but oh well. Finally, Strength, good. Yeah, he can still attack, that's good. And maybe I can finally try out my Face Punch. 4 attacks, cool. But that just destroys you utterly. And I'm not sure if that's the best, but Dedu hasn't actually finished anything this chapter, and he hasn't even used his gauntlets yet, so it's time for an all-out pummeling! Yeah, those look really painful. Okay. Maybe now a mass heal is in order. Byleth's at full health, though. But Hilda isn't. How much range do I have on my mass heal? Yeah, some of these gambits are really awkward to aim. I can do that, and I only get Catherine and Dimitri in range. Unless, like, if I move, like, him there? No, I still can't gambit. That's probably more effective, though.
Quite helpful.
Yeah, that's good healing. Except Dimitri is stuck. But there aren't many enemies left. Of course, one of them is the boss, and that's going to be a whole other story. Yeah, I haven't actually commented on it yet, but obviously the fact that Catherine originally had a different name, it honestly makes perfect sense because she's one of the few characters in pre-release footage who didn't have a last name listed. So, yeah, Catherine being a fake name would certainly make sense. So now the question is, who do I have lure that guy? Well, I guess Dedu hasn't leveled up yet. He does have a lot more attack speed by using gauntlets, so yeah, he can still double things on the counter with those. They've got bad might, but his strength is ridiculous, so it's not like he cares about that. Could also try rallying his strength, which I think will probably be very useful against Lord Lonato. Because I wasn't sure if we actually would be fighting Lonato himself here, or if we'd just be fighting one of his underlings, but no, we're fighting the man himself. Okay, yeah, everyone get ready for an all-out assault. In fact, I think next turn Dedu's going to go ahead and use his second use of the mass movement gambit. Who hasn't... Oh, killed him. And now, face-punching action! Oh, not quite a level up still. Oh, great, now Catherine's going to steal my experience, because of course she would. Okay, they're getting dangerously close to the boss. So, moment of truth time. How much damage are you... Okay, you have not switched your javelin yet, and I doubt you'll be able to double me with the javelin. You got a... Okay, you have an attack speed of 7. You have an attack speed of 4 even without the javelin. So with the javelin, it's going to go down a little bit. So I can afford to do that. In fact, I think first port of call, though, is... Can I... That will not catch Byleth, it seems. If I do that, I get Byleth... Okay, I get pretty much everyone but Ingrid if I do that. And honestly, I don't think Ingrid's going to help in this fight anyway. So, time for a mass marching order! Go, go! You can do it! You can walk slightly further!
Thank you.
Oh, I also buffed the movement of a couple of generic NPCs. Holy crap, Strider's ridiculous. Okay then. I didn't get a net though, which is kind of bad actually. Yeah, even Sylvain can get in on the action. So I think there's no doubt that Lord Lonato is going down this turn. And I have to at least once.
Stand down, Ash. I must destroy these evildoers by any means necessary.
Is that... Sounds a little bit like Patrick Seitz, but I'm probably wrong.
Please surrender, Lonato. Whatever your reasons for doing this, we can still talk it out.
Rhea is an infidel who has deceived the people and desecrated the goddess. We have virtue and the goddess herself on our side.
Interesting. Okay, so you're still supportive of the goddess and the region's religion, but not her.
Even if all that's true, dragging the townsfolk into it like this isn't right.
Enough. If that is how you feel, prepare yourself. I'm putting an end to this.
I'm so sorry. Ash has no reservations about shooting his adoptive dad with an arrow. Okay, how much do you do, like, physically? 5 times 2. Yeah, with Thunder, you do a little bit more, I think. Only slightly, but I may as well try out Felix using magic.
You have been deceived by that witch. I will show you the truth.
Also interesting, but I'm sure this isn't going to be relevant for quite a while plot-wise. But already there are people who believe Rhea is evil. But Rhea's a support option. And like, there's a lot of people saying, oh, just because she's a support option doesn't mean she's not evil. But I mean, come on. You know, back in Sacred Stones, Orson could not support with anyone, and he betrayed you. Gunter on Revelation, when he... I mean, this is spoilers, but, you know, obviously, I don't think anyone cares about Fate spoilers at this point. Gunter on Revelation, when he betrayed you, could not support with anyone. Like, when has there ever been a character in a Fire Emblem game who is evil and can support with people?
I apologize, Your Highness. It is regrettable that we should cross swords like this.
Lonato, I sympathize with your position. I really do. I have no wish to kill you, but I'm afraid you have left me no choice. Please, forgive me.
Your Highness, I cannot stop here. For my child, and for the people of Fodlan. If you will not stand aside, then I have no choice but to cut you down.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Okay, Annette can't actually get to anyone, but she can rally people. Battalion Wrath? What does that do? If foe initiates combat while unit's battalion endurance is less than... Oh, so it's Wrath, but for your battalion, obviously. As I was saying, though, I can probably rally. Oh, you could actually try and magic him. Not that you'll actually double or do anything really decently productive, but oh well. It'll at least chip a little bit away at his health. And then I may have to have Byleth get the killing blow, unless Sylvain is good enough to do it. Not a lot of damage. Smash should do decently. Smash plus Rally Strength might be enough. Probably will be enough, actually. But before I do so, I shall... Where are you? There you are, Mercedes. Or should I let Mercedes try and get... It'd be probably worth my time to let Mercedes get the kill. That drops you down to 7. That drops you down to 8, so obviously I should be using the mace here. I could try Disturbance, but... Nope. Four is the most damage that you're doing, so how about Rally?
I owe you one.
Especially because you're a lady. Okay then, let's see. I can drop you down to 3, which is enough for Mercedes to finish you with fire. Let's do that. Oh wait, what was that crest do? It kills you!
That vile woman. Kristoff, forgive me.
Well, I guess Mercedes isn't promoting after all. Nice job, Sylvain.
Lonato,
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate. Well done, everyone. Let's gather our troops and go.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure. It's pretty easy to protect your allies in that fight. Let's just, yeah, send that to the convoy. And who got it? Sylvain? No, Byleth. All of your allies' motivations increased. Not exactly sure what that means thanks to the efforts of Byleth, but I guess let's go ahead and see the post-battle cutscene.
Why did this happen? Lonato was always such a kind man. Everyone in the village was so nice to me, and I killed them. I killed them all.
1, you didn't kill very many enemies in that fight. 2, we only killed the leaders of battalions and left the others to flee, so you didn't kill them all.
I had to. I know I had to. I know that, but still, what does that make me?
Please, don't beat yourself up, Ash. We did what had to be done.
I'm sorry. shouldn't be bothering you. I'm going to check on the town. I hope my brother and sister are okay.
Okay, we know you have a brother and sister.
That was my first time killing civilians too. Those who I'm sworn to protect. Are you insane? Those weren't knights or soldiers, but fathers and sons! We shouldn't have killed them! We should have found another way!
That's true, but you certainly weren't really looking for another way during the fight itself.
I'm sorry. It's not fair for me to blame you for the circumstance. I know that if we hadn't done what we did, even more civilian lives would have been lost. At least my mind understands that, but my heart...
Yeah, I can feel that.
Professor, those in power, no matter the era, always claim they fight for a just cause, that they take life to protect it. But is it truly okay to take any life you please? All in service of some implacable, just cause? Lord Lonato didn't take up arms out of a lust for power. He simply believed his cause to be just. Who's to say it wasn't? Maybe we didn't have to cut him down like that. Maybe we could have reached a mutual understanding, found a path of peace.
We could have, maybe. Oh, maybe I should have tried to see if Ash could have talked to him. I doubt it would have changed anything, but...
I have to believe that. Perhaps the notion sounds laughable to you. Mere lip service to naive ideals. But I can't believe otherwise.
Sorry to intrude, but this incident may be more serious than anticipated.
Yeah, for one, you used to go by a different name. Mind telling us about that?
I found this on Lord Lonato. It's a note that mentions a plan to assassinate Lady Rhea.
Oh, okay. Teasing for future chapters, I guess.
We can't tell who sent it, so the source is suspect. But the content is too disturbing to ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that it's nothing.
I am glad to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is gracious with her divine protection.
You clearly pissed off someone to the point where they said you betrayed the goddess and were evil and they wanted to kill you. Mind explaining yourself about that?
But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled as I had hoped. I am not so sure. I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia.
That hesitation must be stamped out, for we must be merciless and eradicate all of our enemies. Yes, and then we will rule the world. Yes, yes. Oh, wait. I mean, I'm definitely not a villain. I'm not evil.
However, we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers, even if those sinners are civilians.
I'm not evil.
I pray the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish enough to point their blades towards the heavens.
I'm not evil.
Our real concern is what Catherine reported. The secret message that was in Lord Lonato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
So, when is that exactly?
The plan seems unrealistic at best. But a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual.
Is that going to be next month's assignment?
That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude.
The rite of rebirth is of paramount importance. It is when the Church of Seros and its believers unite to pray for the return of the goddess.
It is definitely not a right to resurrect the Dark God. I shouldn't have said that.
The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins. Of course, the Knights will be on high alert as well. But there aren't enough of them to keep watch on every corner of the monastery. It is far from ideal to be forced to mobilize students, but the gravity of this situation requires that we all bend to avoid breaking.
That's a good line.
While there is no need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind eye to those who would blaspheme so heinously.
With any luck, this will all be for naught. Still, be on your guard.
And with that, we end that chapter. So, oh boy, if we're getting depressing battles like that this early into the game, holy crap, this game's probably gonna be a sad one. So, see you next time for, let's take our mind off of that with Happy Academy stuff. It would be so ironic if Ash managed to get like a really light-hearted support conversation after that. We'll see what happens.